Have you ever wondered how a notorious criminal like Charles Sobhraj managed to slip under the radar in a country like Nepal? This is a tale of charm, cunning, and a chameleon-like ability to adapt. In the 70s, Sobhraj found himself in Nepal, a country rich with cultural diversity, a new territory, but a familiar game. His arrival was as inconspicuous as a whisper in the wind, his activities initially unnoticed. He was no ordinary man but a serpent in human skin, slithering through society, leaving no trace of his venomous presence. His charm was his weapon, disarming those around him, allowing him to blend into the various layers of society with ease. Despite the criminal background lurking in his shadows, he was an enigma, a puzzle too complex to solve, a question mark that danced around the unsuspecting minds of the locals. But this was just the beginning of Sobhraj's dark journey in Nepal. What would you do if you knew a serial killer was living among you, undetected? Now imagine this scenario in Nepal during the 70s, where Charles Sobhraj, also known as the Serpent, was weaving a web of deception. He was a chameleon, seamlessly blending into the backdrop of the hippie trail, his charm disarmingly captivating. But behind this facade, he was a predator, stalking his prey. His criminal activities in Nepal were as mysterious as they were horrifying. Rumors swirled of unsuspecting travelers lured into his deadly trap, only to vanish without a trace. His victims were often young backpackers, their dreams of adventure turned into nightmares from which they would never awaken. Sobhraj was cunning, his intelligence paired with a ruthless instinct for survival. He manipulated identities, passports, and people, leaving a trail of unsolved mysteries in his wake. He was a ghost, ever present, yet always out of sight, a phantom menace lurking in the shadows. His ability to evade the authorities was uncanny. He would slip through their grasp, time and time again, a slippery serpent sliding away from capture. His charm and wit were his most potent weapons, disarming those who might suspect him and beguiling those who crossed his path. But even the most cunning criminals can't hide forever. What led to the downfall of one of the most notorious criminals in history? In the heart of the Himalayas, Charles Sobhraj, known to many as the Serpent, found himself ensnared in a web of his own making. His arrival in Nepal did not go unnoticed. Local authorities were already on high alert, tipped off by the international community about the presence of this infamous fugitive. The Serpent was under the watchful eye of the law from the moment he stepped foot in Kathmandu. As the law closed in, so did Sobhraj's audacious streak of evading capture. The authorities were swift, relentless, and precise. They had him in their sights, meticulously documenting his every move. It was only a matter of time before the Serpent would be cornered. The trial that followed was nothing short of a spectacle. Key pieces of evidence began to surface, each one a damning testament to Sobhraj's guilt. From the countless testimonies of his victims to the chilling remnants of his crimes, the evidence was irrefutable. The international community watched with bated breath as the trial unfolded, each revelation more shocking than the last. Perhaps it was his audacity, his belief that he was untouchable, that finally led to his downfall. His own hubris became his worst enemy. He was convicted, his reign of terror finally brought to an end. In the end, the Serpent could not escape the law. What does the story of Charles Sobhraj tell us about crime and justice? It tells us that the line between a charismatic charmer and a cold-blooded criminal can be dangerously thin. Sobhraj's activities in Nepal, a country he used as his hunting ground, shook the nation to its core. But it also led to a profound change in the way the country's authorities approached crime. His ruthless manipulation and unhindered criminal spree forced the law enforcement agencies to reassess their methods, bringing about significant changes in the criminal justice system. His legacy, while chilling, has been instrumental in bringing about better security measures and heightened vigilance. Sobhraj's story is a stark reminder of the dark depths human nature can plunge into, and the importance of remaining vigilant and proactive in the face of potential dangers. Charles Sobhraj, a name that still sends shivers down the spine, reminding us that monsters don't always hide in the shadows.